seeing Brandon Nimmo in tears after they won, when you realize, we talked about this at the time with Wilmer Flores. I think a lot of people overlook when someone is drafted or signed to the Mets as a teenager, and it's their entire. You go through so much change from when you're a teenager to when you enter your early 30s, because that is literally like your entire, maturation and adulthood. Brandon Nimmo was drafted as a high schooler out of Wyoming to New York City, and at a place where they didn't even have fully organized baseball for him necessarily growing up.
They played Legion ball. He didn't have like true high school
Exactly.
baseball. He played Legion ball. Yeah.
Exactly. And he had a longer road that you could speak more to, Joe, as a prospect. It's not like he came up as a 21-year-old and lit the world on fire. And he turns into a very successful major leaguer, one of the biggest class acts in all of baseball. Signs a long-term contract to stay here that felt like a kind of final hour signing. There was definitely a chance he was leaving. To see his emotion in tears on the field, because that's what he's always wanted at Citi Field with the fans, moving on to a high stakes series, was one of the best things I've seen as a Mets fan in the last 10 years, because Nimmo is obviously one of the easiest players to root for. But it just goes to show you, honestly, what they've built here and how much it means to them to get to kind of cherish that success with the crowd.
Citi Field opened in 2009, and this is the first time the Mets have ever celebrated a clinch of anything on Citi Field
It's a great
grounds.
point.
And Brandon Nimmo was drafted by the Mets in 2011. So he's drafted 2 years after Citi Field opened. He made his debut, as you mentioned, 2016. It was the one game or the play-in or whatever it was, and they obviously didn't go anywhere. And he said to Gelbs, in the locker room tonight after the game, he's like, I thought that was just what it was going to be. Just every year we're going to celebrate. And, one of these years we might win it all, but we're just going to celebrate every year. He quickly realized that is not how this works. And, it doesn't matter. Look, the Texas Rangers won the World Series last year. They've been sitting home and watching this whole thing for quite a while now. You never know when you're going to be back or if you're going to be back. So I think Brandon Nimmo is a guy that he took a second. He looked around. He saw 40 some odd thousand people going crazy. And this is what he had wished for all along. And the opportunity is finally here. And he didn't want to let it pass him by, is something else that he also said in that interview.